Hello, gentle explainers here. Today I am going to gently explain a thriller mystery movie called Deep Water. The story begins by showing a man named Jack who reaches his home while cycling through the forest. As soon as he reaches home, he sees that his beautiful wife Rosie is sitting on the stairs and looking at him carefully. Jack asks her what happened. Then Rose gives a slight smile and goes to her room without saying anything. After this, Jack and Rose leave their daughter Trixie with the babysitter, and both of them are getting ready to go to a party. Rosie starts getting ready for the party, and Jack starts helping his wife wear her shoes with great love. Seeing this moment, it seems that there is a deep love between the two, but the reality is something else, which is going to be revealed very soon. Now Jack and Rosie reach the party very well. Many of their friends are also present in the party. Everything is going well when a boy named John comes to the party. Rosie says hi to him as soon as she sees him and immediately goes to him. Jack is watching all this quietly. Then Rosie takes John out of the party, and both of them go to a place alone and start kissing each other. Jack is watching this scene outside from the window, but he goes away from there without saying anything. Actually, he knows everything about his wife's affairs. Now, Jack and Rose's friends also knew about this toxic relationship. Jack's friend Mary, while talking to him on this topic, says that you know everything, then why are you maintaining this relationship? Then Jack replies that Rosie can do whatever she wants in her life. I have no objection to that. If I want, I can break this relationship, and she also knows this. But I love her very much and do not want to break my family. But I am sure that one day, Rosie will definitely understand my love. After this, Jack takes a drink from the bartender and goes to a room where John also follows him and shamelessly tells Jack that I want to thank you for your hospitality. Your hospitality is really amazing. I have seen that most of the husbands get jealous seeing their wife with someone else, but you are great. Jack remains calm on this and says, I have heard about Martin, who disappeared some time back. He was also a very good friend of Rose, that he used to be after Rosie, just like you. But one day I got angry and murdered him. Until date, nobody has found his body. Hearing this, John gets scared, but he composes himself and says that you must be joking. Jack replies that it depends on you how you take this information. Hearing this, John gets very upset, and he immediately starts leaving the party. Rose tries to stop him on seeing this, but John leaves from there on some excuse. After the party ends, Jack and Rosie also return home. On the way, Rosie asks, "What did you say to John that he left suddenly?" Jack lies that I did not say anything to him that he would leave the party. Then the next day's scene is shown where Jack goes to drop his daughter to school, and then while leaving from there, he meets a friend on the way who jokingly asks him, "Have you started killing now?" All our friends are talking about the same thing. Jack laughingly replies, "Maybe John has spread all this. I was just joking with him, but the poor guy got really scared." Then after a while, two more friends of Jack ask him the same question. Then Jack replies to everyone that it was all a joke. But here, when Rosie comes to know that Jack tried to scare John by taking Martin's name, she gets very angry, and while fighting with him says, "You should not have done this. First you pushed Martin away and now John too." But Jack clarifies that I was just joking, but Rosie is not ready to accept this and says, "Tonight I am inviting John for dinner. You will have to apologize to him." Then we see that John comes to their house for dinner, and everyone starts having dinner. Now, after dinner is over, Rose tells her daughter Trixie that today, your dad will tell you a story. Rose actually says this so that she wants to spend some time alone with John. Jack was also understanding all this, but does not say anything. He makes Trixie sleep early by telling her a story, and then comes down. After coming down, he sees everything in the mirror that how they both are spending time. He starts feeling jealous, and in anger, he goes to the kitchen and breaks a plate. Hearing the sound of which, Rosie comes to the kitchen and asking her to take another drink for John, she goes to the other room. When she leaves, Jack brings a drink for John, but John still had doubts about the murder, so he says to Jack, "Don't you think you should apologize to me for that murder joke?" Hearing this, Jack turns away from his words and becomes serious and says, "Actually, the murder joke was not a joke. I really killed him by hitting him on the head with a hammer. Now he won't come back by apologizing." Hearing this, John is terrified and runs away from there in fear, but the question is whether Jack's joke was true or it was just a way to scare John. We will soon know this. After this, Jack and his family are shown at a party where many other people were also present along with their friends. There, Jack meets a writer named Mark. Mark is the husband of Jack's best friend Kelly, who is often out of town. Both of them are close to each other. While talking to him, they start discussing personal topics. Mark asks him what work he does. He He replies, "I am retired now, and I work a little bit, but mostly I spend time cycling." Rose tells another thing that Jack has actually developed a microchip which the military can use in their drone system to hit their targets very easily. Hearing this, everyone present there also comes to know for the first time that Jack is not only a genius engineer, but also a successful and rich man. But the sad thing is that even after all this, Jack does not have peace in his life, because only a loyal wife can make a man completely rich. Now, everyone enjoys a lot in the party where Jack starts dancing with his best friend Kelly, and seeing this, Rose feels very jealous in her heart. Now from here we are shown a scene of a few days later, where Trixie and many other children from school are playing. Meanwhile, Jack gets a call from the bank from which he gets to know that Rose has recently transferred $3,000 to another account. Then when he asks for more details, he gets to know that this amount has been transferred to a boy named Charlie who plays live piano. Hearing this, Jack understands that Rose has found a new boyfriend because John had left her. For this, Jack starts searching for that boy. Then in the evening, when he goes to a live piano session in a restaurant, he also sees Rosie there, who is sitting there listening to the piano very well. From this, Jack understands that this is the new boy. Quote, "Now after this new relationship of Rose, she often starts returning home late at night, which makes it clear that she has come into a deep relationship with Charlie. Jack starts getting jealous of this, but this time he does not say anything. Then, one night, Rosie, she does not return home, and when she returns home the next morning, Jack angrily asks her where she was all night. You have a family and a 6-year-old daughter, and why did you transfer so many dollars to this boy named Charlie?" This question does not affect Rosie at all. Instead, she starts telling Jack where she was all night and with whom she was, because she knows that Jack is jealous of this, and she also knows that no matter what she does, Jack will never keep her away from himself, so she takes full advantage of this. Now we see that there is a pool party at the house of one of Jack's friends, Miles, where Rosie invites Charlie as well, and as soon as Charlie comes to the party, she starts sticking to him. And after introducing him to everyone, Charlie starts playing the piano. Due to this, Rosie, along with the rest of the people, starts dancing very happily. But Jack, he did not like all this at all. Then Rosie introduces Charlie to Jack as her new friend, and Jack talks to him a little. Now Jack is searching for Rosie at night, and after going inside the house, he sees Rosie and Charlie secretly coming out of a room. This makes him understand what they were doing there. Next, he sees that Rose and Charlie are also taking a bath in the pool along with everyone else. And during this time, both of them were having fun by sticking to each other very much. Jack was getting very angry inside seeing all this, but what could he do here? But then, suddenly, it starts raining, due to which all the people run inside the house one by one, but Jack comes inside last. Now, inside the house, everyone is making something or the other to eat, and we're enjoying a lot. But after some time, when Rosie goes out searching for Charlie, she starts screaming after seeing Charlie's dead body in the pool. Then all the people go and quickly take Charlie out of the pool and start giving him CPR. Everyone gets scared that what happened to him suddenly, but Charlie was already dead. After this, the police come for investigation and start questioning everyone. During this, Rosie gets angry and starts screaming in front of the police that Jack has killed Charlie. Hearing this, everyone else tells the police that the relationship between these two is not good. Rosie is saying all this in anger. Jack came to the house with us as soon as the rain started, so it would not be right to doubt Jack. Now, because there is no proof or witness against Jack, the police take him to another room and after a little interrogation let him go. But due to this incident, Rosie becomes even more distant from Jack. Then after a few days, we see that Jack is cycling and he is repeatedly remembering how he killed Charlie by drowning him. He also thinks about what Rosie and Charlie must be doing alone. He was getting disturbed by thinking all this means that it was Jack who killed Charlie by drowning him in the pool, and he did all this in anger, but no one knows that in reality, Jack is the cunning man who is beating his wife's lovers very badly. Then we see further that Jack is going to kill his daughter. Jack takes Charlie to school, and while leaving, his friend Kelly meets him. She says, "Is it okay to tell you this or not, but Rosie came to our house that day, and she, along with my husband Mark, has put a personal detective behind you because after Charlie's death, she is suspecting you." Then we see that Jack invites Mark and Kelly for dinner at night and then takes Mark to another room where he used to keep the snail. There, he tells him to stop getting influenced by my wife and putting a detective behind me. You were also present there that night, so what do you think? Did I kill Charlie? Mark does not answer, but he is not going to leave Jack so easily, as we know that Mark is a writer and he is so much interested in this because he actually wants to write a great crime story on Jack's personal life. So he wants someone who can give him name and fame, but we will soon know to what extent his interests will take him. Now the story moves forward, and one day Jack comes to know that Rose has again made a new boyfriend who is a friend of his from college. Jack sees them roaming together, and the name of Rose's new boyfriend is Tony. Then one day, Tony comes home to meet Rosie. Jack is also at home, and he understands everything after seeing this. Then they all have dinner together, after which Tony goes to Rosie's room as soon as he gets a chance and starts getting romantic with her there. Jack is also watching all this secretly, and this time Rosie also sees him, due to which she comes in an awkward situation. Then the next day, Jack follows Tony in a car, and seeing the opportunity, he takes the car in front of him and, being a little casual, says, "Hey, you are here. Rose has been trying to contact you for so long. Maybe she has some work with you. Come with me, I will drop you off." Now, Tony leaves in Jack's car to meet Rose, but Jack drives the car and takes Tony to a place far away in the middle of the forest where there was no one. Then after getting down from the car, Tony asks, "What have we come here to do?" Meanwhile, Jack takes a stone and hits Tony on the head. Before Tony could understand anything, he picks up another big stone and hits him again, due to which Tony loses control and falls down in the ditch and dies immediately. After this, Jack goes down and checks Tony whether he is dead or not, and then starts tying stones to his dead body. And during this, he also finds Tony's wallet, which he keeps with him, and then takes it to the river and drowns it so that no one finds his body. Now the next day, we see that Rose and Trixie were getting ready to go on a picnic. When Jack comes home, Rosie asks if he also wants to come with us, on which he agrees to go and asks where is the plan to go. Then Trixie says that we are going to the nearby forest side. Now in the next scene, we see them at the place where Jack was scared in his mind because this is actually the same place where he had buried Tony in the nearby river. Both of them were talking at a place, and Rosie was also looking very happy. While Trixie was roaming around with her dog and looking at the forest, here Rose asks Jack, "Why do you still want to live with me when one after the other is leaving me?" Then Jack also talks very romantically that "I don't know, but I just want to spend my whole life with you." Hearing this, Rosie also gets impressed, due to which both of them come very close. Then Trixie calls her dad. Then Jack goes to see him. Trixie says that her dog is not moving from the riverbank. Then Jack looks towards the river. Then he comes to know that Tony's dead body is visible from above, and now anyone can see it, so he quickly leaves from there with his family on some excuse. But Rosie says that, "I have forgotten my scarf there." Then Jack says, "Don't worry, I will come back tomorrow and bring your scarf," because he has to go to the river to see Tony's body. We have to find a place again. Then after coming to the house, we see that Jack asks Rosie if Tony called you. She says no, Tony is not talking for 2 days. Maybe he is also gone like the others. After this, she comes to Jack and hugs him and says, "Will you stay in my room tonight?" Because they used to sleep separately most of the time. After this, we see both of them together, where they come very close to each other and start romancing in full mood. Then the next morning, Jack takes his bicycle and goes to that location again, and after reaching there, he tries to drown Tony's body in water again with a stick. On the other hand, Rose goes to Jack's snail room, and after searching there for a while, she finds Tony's same wallet. From this, she understands everything, that Jack has finally killed Tony too. On the other hand, Jack was trying to drown Tony's body when Mark reaches there. Jack also reaches there and asks, "What are you doing there?" Then Jack starts making excuses, in a panic. But Mark, thinking something is wrong, moves ahead and sees Tony's body and gets scared and quickly takes his car and starts running very fast. Seeing this, Jack also starts chasing him on his bicycle because Mark will go and inform the police, but Mark drives his car very fast and goes very far ahead. Seeing this, Jack tries to reach him by taking a shortcut, and as soon as he moves ahead from the shortcut and falls in front of Mark's car, Mark becomes uncontrollable and falls straight down the slope into the river along with the car and dies on the spot due to this accident. On the other hand, after understanding everything, Rosie decides to leave the house forever and packs her stuff along with Trixie. But after some time, Trixie comes and takes all the packed stuff and throws it in the pool. Seeing this, Rosie asks, "What are you doing?" To which Trixie replies that, "We will not leave Dad and go anywhere." Hearing this, Rosie also gets into thinking and decides to stay because she had understood that her departure will break the family and somewhere Jack is doing all this because of her. After this, she also burns Tony's wallet because it can become an evidence. Now, at the end of the story, we are shown the beginning scene where Jack comes to his house, cycling through the forest, and Rosie is sitting there just looking at him. Seeing this, Jack asks what happened, then Rosie smiles a little and goes to the room without saying anything. So friends, this was a story which taught us a deep lesson from the characters trapped between love, betrayal, and wrong decisions. One should never take wrong advantage of one's freedom. Rosie turned herself in the wrong direction in the name of her happiness and desires, due to which not only his life but also the lives of his loved ones started getting ruined, while Jack, who was always worried about saving his family from breaking up, finally started walking on the path which he never wanted. Freedom is the right of all of us, but if we do not understand the value of our limits and relationships, then the same freedom can destroy us badly. Thank you very much, friends, for watching the video. If you want to see more such videos, then click on this video here.